Hi, everyone. Good morning and welcome to this edition of Coffee Chat. And again, what is in your mug? So please share with us what you're drinking, what's your choice of drink today. And we do have some people waiting here as well. So we have Jedi Padawan Tano. Good morning, everyone. And then Subhuman, morning. So let me know, you guys, what do you guys have? What's in your mug? What's in your, what are you drinking or enjoying today? Or, and good morning from where I live at. And I do have a guest here again today. And so, hello, Stig.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing quite well.
That's good. How's everything going on your side of the world?
We're getting summer, finally.
Finally, huh?
Yeah.
Long-awaited summertime. Yes. Yes. All right, we're getting more people popping in here now. And Tatsunami, hello. Oh my God, OG, I'm having coffee as if. Hello, Matt G. How are you doing? I'm drinking Irish breakfast tea. That sounds good. So, Stig, are you have anything? What's your beverage, or do you have anything with you?
Yes, I have a Coca-Cola bottle. Classic Coca-Cola, old school.
Ah, there you go. Old
Nothing,
school.
nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy, just a bit of Coca-Cola, huh?
Yeah, need to
Nice.
keep my belly intact.
Yeah, expand a little bit more on that one then.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Expand my belly.
Well, you're doing a good job with that. What's your how big do you want it to get? What's your target?
My target is fat as fuck.
Well, okay. You want to be a jolly old person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No,
So
I'm going to be fat and grumpy. Not going to
fat
be
and grumpy.
jolly, but yeah, I'm just going
Why
to
do you
sit
want to
there.
be grumpy? Why do you want to be grumpy?
I don't know. I'm thinking of smoking a pipe as well.
Ah, you're like, I have an image to live up to, so I'm trying to accomplish that.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in the comfy chair, smoke a pipe, and drink Coca-Cola.
Are you
Get
gonna grow
fat.
long beard and everything, and
The beard
maybe?
will just grow until I'm finally have enough energy to shave.
Well, there you have it, guys. Stig has some goals, or he has some goals right there. Awesome. All right. So, artist Lego Films. Hi, guys. Hope to catch you once I'm home from work. Oh well. I hope you have a good day or evening of work, wherever you're at, or morning.
He's probably a builder,
Mm-hmm.
if you go by his nickname.
Yeah, artistic Lego Films. Maybe, maybe. Oh goodness. So everybody, I finally got my shirt. So I'm not trying to flash anybody here, but I finally got my shirt to go with my mug. Ta-da! And so last week I quizzed everybody on this logo here, the Star Wars logo here that I'm wearing. And so those who were here last week, do you remember where this logo came from and who made it and what like what era of Star Wars it came from? So another quiz, see if you guys remember.
Isn't it from some X-wing squad? With
No.
Luke
Well, yeah, it is. It is an X-wing squad, yes. So, yeah, I
from
thought
in the later books.
that the logo is a donut. I haven't ate yet. Donut sounds good. I'm eating bowl of cream of wheat and drinking orange juice. That sounds good. I haven't had cream of wheat in a while.
I want orange juice now.
Yeah.
In a bowl.
And in a bowl, so you could just like hold it and sip it.
Yeah. That's what popped into my head.
You're like orange juice in a bowl. Not a cup, not a mug, but a bowl. Yeah. Yeah, and then my earrings, I've kind of wore them this way here to honor the shirt because of the two circles. So do you guys remember this logo and where it came from? I know some of you guys were here last week. You guys remember?
It's something Luke made, I think.
Yeah. It is. Now, what's the name of it? I think it was created by Luke Skywalker in the New Republic era. Not the New Republic. After.
No,
I'm gonna keep on
the,
quizzing you guys and see what you guys
it's
get.
the Fate of the Jedi era, right?
No,
Makes really it does
Mm-mm.
something to the X-wings.
Nope,
Personal thing.
nope. This
No,
is not Fate of the Jedi era. Nope.
it's the new Jedi Order.
Yep. Twin Sun Squadron. Luke created a new Jedi Order. Right on. Woo woo!
Yeah,
You got it. Cheers to
I
you.
was close. I knew Luke did it.
Well, that yeah, but not in the era.
Yeah, but it
Maybe
had to do with the X-wings.
yes, and his planet. He was honoring his planet because they were invaded by the Vong.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They were guilty of Vong think.
Vong think. Oh my God. Let's see. Okay, it's C-3PO. No, it's not C-3PO. It's the twin sun. So this is the Arabish, the words, I guess you could say, and then the twin suns, and yeah. So it's very interesting. And another bit of history is that after he formed it, shortly after he formed it, he handed over the squadron to Jaina. So then it became hers for a while. Let's see here. My answer was closed donuts. That sounds good. Maybe I'll have donuts. I'll bring donuts to chat next week. Donuts and coffee. Okay, I can't hear you, but through the force I can feel you were talking about. Also, I cheated because I was here last week. Yeah, you were. That's what I was saying, is that if you were here last week, then you should know this already. So I'm gonna try to make it a habit. If I give you guys something, quiz you guys something from one coffee chat, the next week I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up to see who remembers. Keeping your brains sharp.
I think I did well though, given that I wasn't here last week.
He's like, give me some points. I think I did
I
fairly
was
well.
close.
Yeah. Okay. From what book? The New Jedi Order series. I forgot exactly which book it was made in, because it's been a while. I'm gonna go back and revisit this because we're gonna review it. But after this, the Corellian trilogies, I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna go back in time, probably maybe into the Old Republic, and review some books there. And then so I'm not keeping in line in order, but I'll let you guys know that where these fall in the timeline when we review them. And so the Corellian trilogy was 18 ABY. That's a time. Look who we have here. Hi, how you doing? Good
You
morning.
know, look at those icons. It looks like she's smacking a rose.
Let me see. Oh, because she's waving. It's a waving, but it looks
Yeah, it
like
looks like
rose.
it's slapping.
Did
So
you hear
she's
that?
yeah, she's bitch slapping us both.
She's not. She's only you.
No,
I don't know. I didn't get that, but yeah, you're like, look at it looks like she's slapping her rose. My brain is sharp as a bowling ball. Nice.
he's on a roll.
He is really on a roll. Stig, there's no participation trophy here. Ha ha ha. That was because you were saying I should get some points because I got it partly right. So that's why.
Yeah, he's right. There's participation trophies are for pansies.
Yeah. I'm glad you think that way too, because I do too. I think you earn it. Yeah. Like what does Yoda say? There is no do or do not, there is no try, right?
No, he said there's no second place. You win or you die.
I know, but I'm just quoting Yoda with that as well. It's like either there's do or do not, there's no try. Basically saying, if it kind of falls into that same thing. But yeah, there's no second place. It means, you come up on top. And what they say, the second place is the first place loser or something like that.
It's Yoda said that losers get cornflakes, the winners shag the prom queen.
There you have it from Stig about Yoda. All I'm 4 books into the New Jedi Order. Cool. I think it's towards the middle. Like I said, I forget exactly which book it started in. Let me look it up. I'm gonna go cheat.
If you haven't read all the books before Subhuman, you're in for a treat because those books are amazing.
They are. I can't wait to get into review them. That's 19 books. Okay. I'll tell you exactly which book, so you have to anticipate it. Oh, let's see here. Oh, and it has, okay, so this is so I'm not giving the book just yet, but Twin Sun Squadron under the leadership of Luke Skywalker. And then we have Corn Horn, who is Twin Suns 2, Mara Jade, Twin Suns 3, Zindra Dane, Twin Suns 4, and Talith Kier, Twin Suns 11. And then the Twin Suns Squadron under leadership of Jaina Solo. Kip Duran is Twin Suns 2, Jagged Fall 3, Zendra Dane, Twin Suns 4, Vort, Sabinring, Twin Suns 5. And so there's a huge list here of all the Twin Suns. The first appearance is in The Enemy's Line 1, Rebel Dream. So there you go. There you go. So you have something to look forward to when you get there. So you kind of have an understanding. She's like, what? Stig, you caught her attention on that one.
Well, I have a reply to that. The reply is, what?
What? I should bring her in. You wanted? I should bring her in. I don't think I've ever had her for a morning coffee chat. Hail,
Oh, Teresa is awesome. She knows a lot of Star Wars too.
She does. Love her. All right. Hi, Revanite. How you doing? So if you guys are joining in, hopefully you have your cup of beverage, whatever you prefer. And I am rocking both the Twin Suns teen shirt. It finally came in. I thought they were supposed to come in together, what I understood about the shipping information, but the shirt came in later, obviously. So now I am rocking both my shirt and this. I'm a nerd like that, I guess you could say. Yeah, so I really like the Twin Suns. They have prom in the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
It's for the Padawans, right?
Yeah, and then they just shag the prom queen and run away because they're not allowed to have attachments.
Oh my god. Oh Lord, here we go. Let's see here. Don't spoil it for me, Stig. So I don't know if he's talking about the prom or New Jedi Order.
Oh no, it wasn't the prom. It's probably the book series, but I'm not going to spoil anything. Just saying that you're in for a treat.
Yeah,
it's a very good series.
How about right now? Have another woman energy in here. Miss Martin Muses. Let me go ahead and check this out here.
I don't know if I could take twice the amount of sandwiches though.
But you want to, your goal is a round belly, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. All right, let's see here. Now, if you want to come in and join us, that's fine. If not, then that's okay too, Miss Martin Muse. But I did send the link to you, so come on in if you feel. We haven't even really fully started discussing any of the lore, just having fun chatting back and forth here and just making up our own lore within the temple, with the prom and all that. Hey, prom is important. Did you guys attend prom? Yes, I did. Actually, my winter formal. I don't think I've ever attended the prom. I've always attended the winter formals. So yeah.
We don't have proms in Norway.
So he didn't.
Yeah. Everyone got shagged, not just the prom queen.
It's like we all just had sex.
Yeah. No, it's not a thing in Norway. Prom queens, that is.
Yeah. Prom queens. Okay. All right. So we're not going to really discuss news today. I figured to keep this lighthearted and fun. Talk about the book that I reviewed for you guys, and it's the Attack at Solonia, and just go talk about Han Solo in general and the Force in general. My hand hurts. I busted my hand on the corner of a table, rushing back and forth before we started, and peeled back my skin. So it hurts.
Meanwhile, on Bespin, Luke lost his whole hand.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, he's like, there are people that had a lot worse. People had lost their hands. So suck it up, Buttercup, is basically what he's saying. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Teresa says sandwiches for everyone. Again, Teresa, if you want to join us, that's fine. If not, then that's okay. I sent you the link to Twitter. The Revenite, no prom here either in the UK.
Yeah, it's simply a American thing.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for the recommendations. You're welcome. Yes, that was. I mean, I wasn't cussing, but it did. Stig heard all of it.
Yeah, there was no cussing.
Yeah.
It was fairly composed.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I'll survive. It's not like I lost a hand, right? In a duel. Yeah, so, and then we'll talk about Force abilities.
Imagine losing a hand from bumping it into a table, though. That would suck. People would ask, right? How did you lose the hand? And they're expecting like a cool story or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I bumped it into a table.
Yeah. Look who we have here. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Doing great. I'm happy to see everyone giving me their orders for their sandwiches. I am a toxic female. I will make all the sandwiches for all the toxic males in the world.
Nice. I know Stig said he has a goal because he has a goal of having a nice big comfy round belly, sitting on the porch smoking a pipe, so that will help contribute to his goal.
That is an awesome goal. I fully endorse that.
So yeah, so so he has some man goals here. He wants a man body, one that's like with a long beard, rocking on the porch. Maybe he'll have like a shotgun on the side of him, smoking his pipe. Who knows? But that's his goal.
Need to keep those damn millennials off my lawn.
Yes. Hey, it all has a new meaning right now. I'll tell you that. Everyone's got their guns out, keeping people off their lawn.
Get off my lawn. Yeah. Nah. My family, we've always been gun owners, so it's nothing new to us. So yeah. Hey, Apu Nas. Good morning, my Legends gal. Good morning to my bro Stig Kenobi, relaxing and eating while watching your pros rock the show. And this person cannot even speak right now, but yes, welcome. All right, so Teresa, have you read the Corellian Trilogy yet?
Oh yes, I have. It was quite a while ago. I read them all when they all came out back in the 90s. So yeah, I remember that one. That was one of the, let's see, that was the one with Lando, right? Right. So, he's looking for a spouse. I don't know if I'm ahead of myself.
No, because that was in the last book. Yeah, so in the last book, the first book, he was looking for a spouse, and it was, and so Stig hasn't read it, so we're kind of giving him a little crash course in this or whatever. And he was like, I don't know if I should come on because I haven't read it, but I'm like, we're not fully going to discuss the book entirely, or the book 2, because we're on book 2.
Okay.
Entirely. But because we're also going to talk about just nerd out on Star Wars and talk about the Force and stuff as well. No news today, just to keep it lighthearted here, something people could come in and enjoy. And so Lando in the first book, he was looking for a wife, and it was a business kind of deal, which I kind of thought was kind of off-putting, but kind of to his character as well. Yeah. So it was I think it was a little bit tacky, cringy, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, there were parts of this that I was just like, okay, I can do without this. However, we know where it's heading towards, don't we? So that's where I can be forgiving on it.
Yeah, Tendra, and she's very significant to him as well.
I take it he didn't go for the toaster in this canon.
No. He didn't. There was no toasters or no bots involved in this, Stig. So you could, have a sigh of relief right there when it comes to original lore. But however, he almost married a life witch, which means that if C-3PO and R2 didn't come rescue him from it, then he would have been married for only 5 years. She would have made his life perfect, basically, with no suffering or anything. But he would only, after 5 years, she gets to kill him.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a normal marriage?
No, but I don't know. That was funny though. No wonder Stig is an old man. He didn't have a prom.
I'm not old.
All formal Doritos.
Actually, I'm the youngest person on the panel.
That is true.
Let's see here. Jedi Padawan Tano, at least you haven't lost your legs like a ball. I know, right? So so we're discussing my little, I was trying to scalp my hand, basically. That's
yikes.
Yeah, I have a flap of skin hanging right there. Yeah, very fun. I hit the corner. I was rushing back into my studio, and I hit the corner of the table that's just right outside of my door.
Ooh.
You know something, Laura?
Huh?
Be mindful of your surroundings.
I know. When you rush into things, that's a Jedi thing. When you rush, you tend to not be mindful of everything, and shit happens. Exactly. Another little lesson from the Force. And yeah. Good morning, afternoon to everyone in the chat. How's it going? All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. My chat jumped like crazy. All right. Yeah, so we're the book 2, Salonia, Assault at Salonia. Just discuss it a little tiny bit for and this one we have Han Solo is captured by Thraken Sal Solo. So Teresa, tell me what you think about Thraken Sal Solo.
I think if I recall correctly, he's a douche, isn't he?
Yes.
Total douche.
Yes.
I wanted him to die a painful death.
He does die, but it's later on in the lore.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying where and how it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, and he's like the between Han and Thraken, they're like night and day. And I was talking that with Stig, I was asking if he remembered him from the Han Solo trilogy and how he treated Han.
Yeah.
And there's a great contrast between them two, because we have Han, who basically was orphaned, and we'll probably never know how exactly or why or how it happened and how he was raised. And thank goodness for what's her name, Dulana, and how she kept him in line and raised him and took Han under her I guess you could say wings, even though she's a Wookiee. And
probably happened like in Willow. They put him in a basket and sent him downstream.
I don't know, but we can only imagine.
Go fish.
I gotta watch that movie again. I miss watching Willow. I need to watch that again. It's a good one. Yeah. And so how he was, I guess you could say, brought up and stuff. And he always wished for a family. He always wanted to be respectable and always wanted to make something of himself. Whereas you have Thraken Sal Solo, who was basically raised under the family's name. And I guess you could say well off, because the family, the Solos, are well off. So we have the Han, who basically came from nothing, even though he's a Solo. And then we have Thraken, who did come from something and got to live under the family lineage or name or whatever. And the one that got raised within the family lineage name or money, or just in a normal lifestyle, I guess you could say, was the one that's acting shitty. While Han is the one who came from, the abuse and raised in a crime circle and all this stuff, who wants to make something better of his life. So I think that's an interesting contrast right there. Interesting. Yeah, and that's just my perspective to that. But yes, Draken is an a-hole. And he's basically pro empire. So he was a bureaucrat of the empire. So that means he's xenophobic. And so in this book, in Assault at Salonia, he basically wants to get rid of all the aliens. And Han's like, aliens? What are you talking about? These, the Drulls and the Salonians are basically natives to these planets. And he's like, they're aliens. They're not humans. They're aliens.
If you look at the aliens in Star Wars, they're weird.
Yeah, but I think it's fun. I think it's fun because not everything should look human, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but I get it though. They're so weird. Best nuke them.
What?
Oh.
It's better to nuke them. They're weird.
Oh my God, Stig is okay. So we have Kenobi. He's got the Kenobi face, but he's acting like someone from the Empire.
I was going to say, the views and expressions of Stig do not necessarily
match the image that he needs to come with a disclaimer, right?
I mean, look at the Rhodians, though. Come on. There's a reason why Han shot first, right?
Well, they look like anteaters, so they'd be good for clearing out pests in your house.
Yeah, when you look at all these like alien creatures, these alien species that are made in Star Wars, or rather, George had helped. He approved somewhat everything in the lore, because nothing was really done unless he was like, okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. And then so because the lore, what's going on in the EU also reflects the movies and reflects him. So any of these, and we've seen the aliens George created. So just imagine the ones from the novelists, the novel authors that, and then they put them in the comics, or they are reimagined and drawn out or whatever, and what they look like. I mean, it's very interesting. It's off-putting, but then you look at it like Teresa was saying, it looks like an anteater. It looks like this, and it's crazy. Like we have the CC Rooks that look like dinosaurs, so like little T-Rexes, I think, or something like that. Yeah. So I think it's interesting. And it just gives us what ifs. Like if we're in this galaxy that is well advanced, that we could travel between planets, what would other species and, humanoids or whatever would look like? And so I think it was very, very creative.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't go to the prom or school. Our school put it in a nice hotel and made people pay almost $200 per person to go. Holy crap. Are you serious?
That sounds
I wouldn't
about
pay
right.
for that. I mean, if you have $200, you could probably get a prostitute for half of that.
Oh, gosh.
Get a Twi'lek.
Yeah.
An escort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prom was pretty fun because you got to get all dressed up. Of course, my dress was red because red's my favorite color. So it was good times.
Nice. One of my winter formal dress, one was like a black, but it had like it was almost like a holographic like foil that ran through it. So so when it like sparkled and shined, it looked teal. So it went from black to teal depending on which way I was standing. So that was one of my dresses.
Ooh,
really nice. Kind of long with a slit up the side of one leg. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, mine was kind of like a 1930s thing, and all that, because I was my own person even back then.
I was too. I never followed trends. I always thought I was a trendsetter because I never followed trends. So when I was like dressed in my own style, like maybe a month or two later, people started dressing, and that trend started. My style started trending afterwards, and I'm like, okay, I'm done dressing this way now because everybody wants to dress like me. Kind of deal. So yeah. I was always on my own with a lot of things when it came to stuff. I always wanted to be very individual. So
that's one of the things that used to be part of the movies in Star Wars, where they used to have fantastic clothes, like the clothes for Leia and the clothes for Padme.
Oh my God. Incredible. Yes. and I mean, Padme's closing. And then when you look at it, it also honored like the different races of the human species in our world, in our life too. And I thought that was really, really good how they dressed her and how they reflected that. How George reflected that. All right, Jedi Padawan Tano, is Stig secretly working for the Empire? Yes,
No.
he is.
No, I'm just saying that a couple of those alien races do look weird. I mean, if you see the pod race in episode 1, one of them looks like a lemon with arms and legs.
Hey, I loved Sebulba. He was my favorite alien.
Oh,
he
was cool. But the other guy.
Yes, he was.
I know the one you're talking about. He did look kind of like a lemon, didn't he?
Yeah, Quadranaros, was that his name?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does he pee?
Maybe he got sliced up a little bit, and maybe they had some tea with him, because they are in the desert.
Yeah, or maybe he secretes it. Or excretes.
Excretes.
Maybe that's why his driving is sublime.
I was waiting for you to come up with something. So this is for Teresa. Teresa Martin, can you make Toxic Male a tuna fish sandwich?
Oh, absolutely. I love tuna fish and tuna fish salad anytime.
Okay. Oh, it looks like we have Fatal J here as well. Yeah, they had a chocolate fountain and everything, but I was cheap high school kid and a single nerd, so didn't go. I'm sorry.
Ooh, chocolate fountain.
I know. I would stay by there all the time. Okay, so
diabetes fountain.
Huh?
Diabetes fountain.
So Soy Boba was a damn cheater against a kid, though. Laugh out loud. He came in just to say that. He's a cheater. He's a cheater. Hey.
Well, he was a villain.
He's right.
Yeah, he was a villain, and he was supposed to help, show, reading. Like I have this. I was nerdy. I've had this for a while. The binding is awful, so I would suggest not to get this type of binding. It's kind of like the binding is thread binding, I guess you can say. So it falls apart, and so my wear and tear of this book, it's starting to fall apart now. But I decided to nerd out on it yesterday and read through it. And so towards the end, it has the insert about the chosen one. And it's in part 6, you guys. So if you guys have this this book, this Jedi versus Sith, and this is Legends, of course, Essential Guide to the Force. The part 6, the chosen one, is all about Anakin and his ascension into Vader. Such an emotional read. Read. It's like his story in short, but it has Leia talking about him through Tatooine Ghost and other people talking about him as well. And so if you're familiar with Tatooine Ghost and how she gets data journal and stuff like that, and then she talks with, Kickster and Wald and, everybody that grew up with Anakin, that all that information's in there too. And it's a wonderful little short review of Anakin's life, but it's also so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. Yeah. So get that for that. But it also has great lore in here as well for the Force. And so I wanted to discuss some of the Force stuff, Force abilities in here as well. So, and I just lost my spot where what I wanted to talk about. Oh, here we go. All right. So in this book here, we'll go back to the book. We also have the solo kids in here. And the tutor that Leia hires when they first go to Corellia, and he is a Drawl, and his name is what was his name again? I forget the name. I have to look it up. Let me see. I have it written right here. It's Ibrahim. It almost sounds like Abraham. It's Abraham, and so basically, he flees with the solo kids and takes them to Drawl and to his aunt's house. And so this book also is another great introduction to the solo kids a little bit older as well. And then Anakin Solo is in here, and we all know that he's attuned to the Force to where he can also figure out really well electronics and stuff like that. And so he discovers, or he verifies, the kids verify that the machinery in the planet is also a part of a repulsor that's connected to the center point station. So we get to learn how the Corellian system is made, or because it's not a natural system. So the Celestials are the ones that created or used center point station to create the Corellian system. And so we get a lot of the Solo kids in here as well. We have Mara Jade still in here, and her and Leia are held hostage, and they escape together. We have Leia using a little bit of Force abilities because we knew from when she was pregnant with the twins that she was slowly getting training, and Luke makes her another lightsaber because she never carries hers. And so she uses her lightsaber. She uses the Force to distract the guards, uses her lightsaber to cut a hole into the wall to Mara's room, and together they escape. So that's a nice little story there as well. So yeah, so let me see here. Let me look at the chat here. Oh, look who we have here. Hi, darling. How you doing?
Hi, Lorena.
Yes. I'm in a meeting, so I'm lurking. Awesome. Just don't get yourself in trouble. Hey, OG Teresa Stig. Yes. Let's see here. I also did not attend my prom. Couldn't get a date. It's funny. We're talking about Star Wars and prom.
It all goes together.
Yeah. Couldn't get a date and didn't want to go stag, so I had a bowl of ice cream and watched a Star Wars or Star Trek movie, and then curled up with my cat and a good book. Awesome. I didn't go to the my proms, but I did go to the winter formals. So yeah. So that was fun. And we had a good time. It was me, my best friend, my cousin, or two of my best friends, my cousin. There's 4 of us gals and 4 of us guys. And we got a limo. And so we went to the prom, hung out for a while, danced a little bit. Then we went out to eat. And we still had the limo for about, we had the limo since the morning. And so we're cruising around towns and going from one town to another, just having fun in the limo and stuff. And we finally dropped off all the guys, and the limo driver's like, oh, well, if you want to keep me for another hour, you get half off. And so we called our parents, and they're like, yeah, do it. Go ahead. And so we drove around just as girls in the limo in the morning, early morning, just BSing around, having fun, for the rest of the remaining hours. And then finally got dropped off, and we crashed hard. It was fun. That was my adventure. So. All right. Crazy cat guy. I also did not attend my prom. Oh, wait, I read that one. Sorry about that. I didn't go to my senior prom either. My date was from another school. Forgot to sign her up. Whoa. Wow, that does it. My date was basically, he was 3 years older than me and my best friend's cousin. So yeah, so I had to go and sign him up and all that. So I understand that. I didn't have any interest in you guys in my school. So let's see here. I ended up marrying her cousin. Right. Nice.
Well, as long as it wasn't your own cousin, yeah, go for it.
Oh my God. Yeah, as long as you didn't keep it in the family, right?
You never know about Americans.
Hey, that's true. There's many states where it is still legal, and not the ones you would think. New York.
Well, some people think fifth, down the line of blood lineage or whatever, the 5th cousin, 6th cousin, it doesn't really count as relative. But in my culture, Lakota, if you can say I am related to, for example, Sitting Bull, we're cousins. If we both have the same relative, we're cousins. So we don't go with 12th cousin. No, we're not related anymore kind of deal. If there is a relationship there, familial relationship, we're related. Yeah. That's how we are.
Of course, it's 6 degrees.
Yeah. Ours is if you could name it, we're related, no matter what.
Yikes! So it could go back 1,000 years, right?
I don't know, but Never thought about that concept there, but that's just how we are, like immediate, like, you know, like if we can name within that time frame and stuff, because we are anti, like, you know,
inbreed. And so the Lannisters wouldn't go over well in your culture.
No. No. And there are 7 bands of Lakota, so like usually a band consists of like a lot of families that are related, so they would go off to a different band of Lakota and, you know, find a wife and stuff like that. So yeah, and sometimes we even brought in like Cheyenne, you know, like guys married Cheyenne women and brought them in and vice versa. So yeah. Fatal J, laugh out loud. I wanted her cousin the whole time. Yeah, we're seeing what's going on there.
He had an agenda.
He did. He's a player.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy cat guy. At the time, I much preferred a good book over a socializing, so it was it went for me. That's good. I mean, whatever floats your boat. I've been saying that friggin' phrase like for the last week. Oh my God. So whatever, you know, floats your boat, whatever feels good to you, whatever makes you happy. Okay. I rode a limo. Yes, I rode a limo. I was on the top of the limo, wild as hell. It was boring. The school had so many rules. That's where you go in, do your pictures, maybe dance, socialize a little bit with your friends or whatever, if that's your focus. Get in your limo, go have dinner if your family got you a limo. But that time I was also working. So I was also working too as well. So I helped. It was my own money paying for that limo. Yeah, and then, you know, and then you hang out and cruise around with your friends. You know, you're all dressed up. Why not? You know, live, you know, go out in the town, have fun. Why did Leia punch Han like she was Indiana Jones? When did she punch Han?
It's probably in some of the new canon crap.
Disney. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or is it in here? I don't in this one here. They're not together yet because they're all separated. In the Corellian Trilogy, they're all separated. Centerpoint Station created a huge interdiction field around the Corellian system. And so Luke Skywalker, basically, he gets to go back and meet his one of his first love interest, and that's Gariel, Captain from Trusat Bakura. So they, Mon Mothma calls a meeting in the underworld of Coruscant, and so they go meet with her, and so they're discussing what's going on in the Corellian system. And she basically says the Bakurans have special fleet that can penetrate through the interdiction. And so she tells Luke, well, you're going to have to go talk with one of your past, you know, love interests. And he's like, what? And so basically they're referring to Gariel. And if you read that book, you'll know who I'm talking about. And so they meet. And she ends up giving up her fleet, giving a fleet to him. And so they get through the interdiction system, you know, the field, I guess you could say, not force field, but that. And they end up losing a ship to it, though. And because it's still difficult to navigate through that because of that interdictor. And so he gets to get in there, and Mara and Leia are in the Jade Fire, and Han is in this little sphere ship as well. And they meet the enemies as they get into the Corellian system. And then towards the end of the book, because Thraken is targeting systems. So if the New Republic doesn't meet his standards, he is taking out stars and he's making them go nova. So he already did one. The second one he did before the star goes nova, Wedge and his squadron and everybody has a chance to rescue a lot of beings from those planets, but and then they end up losing the system because the star goes nova. And and then they realize that the third one that's on target, Babu Yagin, basically, which is the next one, they don't have time to do a rescue mission. And that kind of ends the book in a sense. And it's the keeping you up in suspense. So let's see who's all here. So what you think about, if what you can remember, Teresa, The Assault at Salonia. What'd you think about that book?
It was okay. Some of these I almost considered filler kind of books that tended to happen around this time. What was it, 96, 97-ish, before the Vision of the Future. I just don't have a lot of love for. I can appreciate what they were kind of doing, but it didn't really seem like it was moving anything forward.
Yeah. What it was doing was just giving us a little bit more history, and it's introducing us to like new characters that are coming through, like Tendra, and it's giving us a little bit more history of like even the Solo kids and their abilities, especially Anakin Solo and his significance. And it's given us more information about the Centerpoint Station, because that's been revisited again, and expand a little bit more on Thrak and Sal Solo, because we get him again. And so it's setting up little plot points that with characters and stuff, but I get what you're saying. It's not necessarily pushing the story through as much. But when we get into Legacy of the Force, we do get the Corellian system going against the Galactic Alliance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
At the time, though, when it was coming out, I was just like, meh, because I couldn't see into the future how that was going to work. But and I do like the way that the later authors did do that they decided to incorporate everything in, so there wasn't anything that was wasted.
Yeah, and so we get a little bit of adventures that are kind of a little bit separate, but even though it feels maybe a little bit separate in a sense to some people, we still get introductions to new characters and what's going on. And that's how I see the X-Wing series as well. It's like their own separate adventure, even though they're still involved with the greater galaxy and what's going on. So, but I love the X-Wing series. There's a couple books I'm like, but I like the X-Wing series. So.
Yeah, that's my favorite series out of all of the series that they came out with.
Yes. I know, Stig, you got some new books, right?
Yeah, I have 3 X-Wing books arriving in the mail in the next coming weeks, which means I'm only missing 1.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly trying to collect the old EU novels and the comics. So, if Disney can't give me good Star Wars, the old Lucasfilm certainly can.
Oh, yeah, of course. And that's what I say, stay where your heart is with Star Wars, and if it stays, it's within the original lore, George Lucas era, then.
Even the worst EU novel still feels more like Star Wars than any of the Disney movies.
Oh, for sure.
And that includes Rogue One as well, because that's just a ripoff of Dark Forces. I mean, they just whitewashed Jan Ors and named her Jyn Erso. That's all they did.
Yeah, they ripped off so much.
Yeah. Okay, so he's answered. He said, in a Disney comic, I think I read about it somewhere, possibly in the Star Wars, that Star Wars girl. I think I vaguely remember that now, and I think I just put it in the back of my mind, because that's not who she is. That's never who she is. I don't even think I remember her, even in the original lore, intentionally slapping anybody. And that was just not her thing. So seeing the clips of her slapping Poe Dameron doesn't make sense, especially when she's supposed to be in high command, in the Resistance. And yeah, so that's not Leia's thing.
If an officer has to slap or punch his underlings or her underlings, the person is a bad officer to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah, gosh. I'm just going to leave that one.
And people justified it, because I had a conversation about that like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. And they're like, oh, well, he was insubordinate. And I'm like, that's no reason for her to slap him.
No.
I bet you.
I thought that was terrible.
I bet you they wouldn't have agreed with it if Akbar had slapped Holdo.
Exactly.
It's big old fish hands all.
He's like, It's a slap.
It's a slap.
Yeah, like imagine if I don't know, General Riking had backhanded Leia in The Empire Strikes Back. It's like I hated that. You see, that's why I think it's fan fiction. To me, it just didn't happen. My world that's fan fiction, and the rest is what happened in the EU.
Yeah. Jedi Padawan Tano, Leia punched Han in a comic book, and I don't even think she would even consider laying a hand on Han as well.
Which means Disney is saying it's okay for a wife to punch her husband.
Spousal abuse.
Yeah, it's what I would say.
They're actually promoting it. So Leia is now the Amber Heard of Star Wars.
Oh my gosh!
Well, it's true.
Yeah,
you're right. That's what makes it so sad. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, crazy cat guy. We use the whatever floats your boat expression back home in a thick Kate Brenton accent, mind you. Nice. I wish I could hear you say it. That'd be fun. All right. Matthew, I gave up on Star Wars Marvel when Lando betrayed Han after Carbon Freeze and Luke became Jake Skywalker after Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I did a video on that after in the comic there, Lando basically gives the Empire the information of the Rebel Alliance and what their next tactics are and stuff like that. So that was very disingenuous of them to do to Lando. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? Hi, darling. Spartan Flash Century. Good morning, noon, everyone. And those who are tuning in, what is your choice of drink? Again, I'm in morning, not in morning, but it's morning time here. And so mine, and again, I love my mug. I'm drinking some coffee right now. And my voice is kind of raspy today for whatever reason. I guess I'm trying to sound sexy or something. Who knows? I've forgotten a lot of the EU, but I probably should have just reread Dark Horse comic, Del Rey and Bantam novels, and play the LucasArts game. Yes, get back into it, restart it. It'll spark your love for Star Wars in such a beautiful way. Let's see here. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the Force. Like I said, I wanted to keep this lighthearted here today. I really didn't want to go into any Star Wars news, no matter what's going on. Didn't feel like talking about the Boyega one either. Like I said, I wanted to keep lighthearted because, everybody's stressed out, or this is affecting what's going on here in the United States is affecting everyone in certain way, shape, or form. And so I just wanted to keep it lighthearted here. So Teresa and Stig, I was going to talk about the Force here. And we all know that one way to detect someone who's that has Force sensibility or abilities is, the blood test, the midichlorian. And I was talking to Stig about this before we came on, on air, on live. And another one that Luke tried out, and this is was how he got permission from Leia to go into her mind, and he wanted to see how strong she is in the Force, or just test that. And I forgot what novel it is from.
I do. It's from Jedi Search.
There we go. See, I knew it was kind of in that area there, and so you are well aware of this here. And so he goes and with Leia's permission, because it's not a Jedi thing to, go and invade people's minds, and he gets her permission, and he starts probing her mind, and he goes way back into her primal consciousness, and he gets slapped out of her mind, literally and physically. So the Force beings, the Force protects their minds in a sense. And so that instinct pushed Luke out of her mind and literally pushed him down. And I thought that was pretty cool. And so when you look at that, and when you look at, even like they say that, strong-minded people can't be fooled by mind tricks, or you can't use mind tricks on strong-minded people. It kind of lends to that in a sense as well. and it makes sense. So then you have this in the lore where it doesn't tell how strong they are in the Force. It just shows that they are Force sensitives, the way that Luke tested. And so Luke had Leia do that to him and the same results.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was very interesting. So now we're going to compare and contrast this with the movie, The Force Awakens. We all know that Kylo Ren was Force probing Rey's mind. And it doesn't make sense now when you look at this Force ability on how Force sensitives, like the Force protects their the primal part of their brain. Yeah. And so it doesn't make sense for that to happen in that scenario when you compare the lores, because they wouldn't be able to probe each other's mind in a sense, to an extent. Because even when you look at, and this goes back to when you look at A New Hope, when Vader has Leia and he's using that mind probe and how she keeps on rejecting it. So now we have more information about why she was rejecting that and why he couldn't get nothing to extract any information from her. So here is some more, I guess you could say, compare and contrast, and maybe some contradictions or whatever, however you want to put this, to where it really doesn't make sense at all. So
yeah, and resisting a mind trick, if you're a Force sensitive person, is more of a passive skill in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's just an automatic defense. It's not like, with Baby Yoda being able to heal or something. That's an active skill.
Yeah, you have your innate instinct Force abilities that Force sensitives have, and then you have the abilities, the larger abilities that need to be trained in, and so the blocking of people probing other Force sensitives probing another Force sensitive mind makes sense, and it doesn't make sense in the new Star Wars lore of what we've seen.
Yeah, so anal probing doesn't work if you're Force sensitive.
No. Anal. You had to go.
Yeah, well, it's full of aliens there, so.
Okay, so your mind goes to probing aliens' anals?
Yeah, that's what they do. The UFO people.
Oh, that is true.
We're talking about Star Wars here, Stig, not.
Well, the Duros, the Duros race looks like the aliens from X-Files, so, who knows what they're up to.
What they're up to? They're up to probing.
Don't trust them.
Thank you, Mary. I am almost there. So you guys, I have to check it, but I think I might be 1,000, or I think I might be approaching on near monetization. So I'll have to take a look and I'll post it on Twitter. So you guys help me out.
Hit those playlists.
Exactly. Hit the playlist. Go through all that. Have fun, everyone. I have to go, but keep up the good work. I'll see you later. Thank you for coming in. I know, I'm like, Stig, probing. He's like, oh, by the way, our culture talks about, aliens probing us through the anal.
Yeah. Because it is a fact that that's what aliens do when they kidnap you.
Yeah, I know. He had to go there. I'm like, oh, Lord.
I never said they were probing us, though.
From a certain point of view.
Wow, prompt to anal probing. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And Star Wars. Yeehaw.
Hey, this lady's trying to get monetized. You said anal probing 10 times.
They have probe droids too.
Yes.
Oh no.
We don't know why it's called a probe droid.
God dang it. Okay. Well, we said we're going to keep it fun and lighthearted. I don't know if probing is considered lighthearted, but it's a laugh.
Depending on who it is and how they...
From a certain point of view, right?
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. I mean, no judgment here.
Okay, plus considering Poe is her replacement for Ben, she loves Poe as a son. Oh, yeah, we're talking about Leia there. All right, she's getting her watch time up, Mary. She's almost there, though. She needs to keep them videos going. Yes, I do. No, a non-nerd wife gifted me Star Wars The Dark Lord Trilogy recently for my birthday, planning to start reading it this weekend. Awesome. Laura, do you keep your streams up? I can leave you. Yes, I do. I keep my streams up. So there's only one that was taken down from a stupid strike, and I haven't really decided what I wanted to do with it yet. So, yeah. It's all because of the Kessel Run. Damn it. Okay, so this is where Darian, when I was reviewing the Han Solo trilogy, and every single one of my reviews of the books that I've done, I've always put a clip from the Audible if they have it, and no strikes, nothing for that. And so I decide to use the Kessel Run for my live stream for Rebel Dawn, and probably because the Kessel Run is talked about in the movies as well. You got a copyright strike from Bantam. From Bantam of all people.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm like, ugh. But my lore review prior to that, I still used the Audible, and they didn't copyright strike it at all. That's weird. All right. At best, in the deleted scenes, she called Han and Luke moon jockeys, and she said she would get more loyalty out of a Wampa. Oh yeah. I mean, she had a sharp tongue. That's what I loved about her. But she didn't go into physical abuse or anything. She did have a sharp tongue, which meant that she could keep up with the guys.
Yeah.
So
it's another thing to smack someone.
Yeah, and she kind of had to have a sharp tongue though, even because she probably couldn't make sandwiches, so she had to compensate somehow.
You rebel scum.
There you go. I forgot I have these guys up. Okay, so OG Star Wars green monster energy, the only true monster. Black can gotta keep the internals overclocked. At least remember it's over 40s and succumb to dap nap. Do I have to reread that one? I read Star Wars Vector last week. Loved it. Oh, so that Vector
Vector Prime.
Yeah.
Vector Prime.
Yeah, I know. And that's when we lose Chewie. So what do you think about that, El Formal? I had someone really get all angry with me on Twitter, and they're like, I don't like the EU because they went and killed off Chewie, and they went and killed off Mara, and they were just going on and on and on, and and it doesn't make sense, and why should these people have to die? And I'm like, I understood Chewie's death. I thought it was very heroic and to his culture and who he was as a Wookiee. And if our main characters didn't have loss, significant loss, they've gone through in the original EU, then there wouldn't be any significant character development.
Yeah, Chewie's death was not pointless.
Yeah. Nope. It was heartbreaking. So was Mara's. It was heartbreaking, but I understood why.
Yeah, it served the purpose, unlike Luke dying as a hobo on a cliff.
Yeah.
From an overdose that wasn't even possible.
Overdose on the Force, and he's what supposed to be one of the strongest, Force beings. Next to his father.
It shouldn't even matter because you don't fill yourself with the Force. It's all around you. Just guide it.
Yeah, it gives you life.
So you can't overdose on it.
All right, Dark Lord, the Rise of Darth Vader, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Oh, so he's talking about those, yeah. So, so you have Labyrinth of Evil, Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader, and Episode 3. So that's that trilogy, not in that order, but yeah.
The Revenge of the Sith novel is arguably better than the movie, to be honest.
Yes, it is.
It is better,
in
my humble opinion.
I think we're all humble about that. We all agree.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers to Vader. I should have had my Vader mug. I have a Vader mug. Cheers to Vader. Well, this is his son's squadron, so I guess still.
There you go. I'm drinking from my coffee cup.
Okay. And Stig, he has his Coca-Cola can. Did you finish your Coca-Cola, Stig?
No, I still have some left.
Yeah. All right, OG Star Wars. I remember they also dug up a detector machine used by the Vader and Palpatine back in the Search and Purge days. They pointed at Wedge, and his score was in the navigate. When was this? Finally, my internet is working. Yay! I know everybody's been having internet problems with one way, shape, or form. I had to go and disconnect some devices in my house because I was like a robot earlier. Yeah, it was before we came on, but thank God that Stig was like, I can barely hear you, and da-da-da. Hit the like button, guys. Yes! Let me see here. I'm going to make... Let's see here. I can't do it. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go look into some more Force. So Stig and Teresa, what is your favorite Force sensibility, like Force ability? So you guys have a favorite one that maybe if you were a Jedi or even a Sith or whatever, you would want to use?
I would like to do the one where you can just take your hand and move things around, because that would be so cool around my house. I would be able to make I just get up and just wave my hand, make my bed, take out the trash.
You're going to sit in your recliner and just like point your fingers.
Precisely.
Luke would be telling you, and Mara Jade would be telling you that you are abusing the Force.
And I would tell them to STFU. I'll use it however I want to.
It's like, because I'm the one that's bearing it, not you.
Exactly. Unless you want to come and clean up my house, you shut up.
All right. So what about you, Stig?
The Force choke. I could sit and watch live TV and Force choke the weatherman a little bit.
He's like, I'm gonna go Sith on you guys here.
Yeah, I could just sit there and make them cough a bit and
do it to pundits you don't like.
Yeah, just whenever there's something live, right?
Yeah. So you like telekinesis basically, and then we have Force choke.
You could do it to YouTubers too while they're live on the stream.
Oh my gosh.
Would you imagine that Stig be like watching and he's not on there, or he's even on there and you hear him giggle and like someone
yeah, and then their booze or something just spills from their mouth.
Yeah.
People are like, learn to drink, person.
Yeah, drunk.
She was trained to read the time probes according to this the screen test for Star Wars. He's probably talking about Leia. She had the art of mind control. Mind you, this was before she was Vader's daughter. Yeah, and it still makes sense in the lore, no matter which way we take it for Leia. Yeah. Well, for me, I don't know. There's so much, to consider. Like, we have the mind trick. We have telekinesis, which has a bundle of stuff you can use. Of course, Force leap and Force run. And all that. Like, your burst of speed in the Force. Oh, you have healing. Yeah, you have healing in healing trance. For sight, so being a seer, so looking forward into the thing, and Luke Skywalker is one of them that was a seer. Psychometry and Force camouflage. Battle mind and battle meditation, and Leia is one of them that has battle meditation, and her kids have that as well. Yeah. Battle meld basically is another one in which goes into battle meditation. Sever Force, so you could sever someone from the Force. Beast language, which basically we see that with Anakin Skywalker when he is calming down the beasts in the arena there on episode 2. Butt chug. What am I missing here? We got a butt chug going on here.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Probably from the anal probe. I'm still going through these right here.
Oh my gosh.
Vector is a comic. Victor Prime is a novel former by the... Okay. I get it. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what I would choose. It's all fascinating. Like what you want to be really, really strong in. And then we get to the dark side, Force lightning, and all that as well. I don't know. That's crazy. I think maybe Force camouflage.
Do you think they could combine Force anal probing with Force lightning?
Oh my god!
Say that again. I only got half of what you said because I was reading.
Oh, I said, do you think they can combine Force anal probing with Force lightning?
Oh God, are we going there now? See it like
that would be the worst way possible to die.
Yeah, it's a bit asinine, isn't it?
The Force abilities I would like to have are Force healing, lifting objects, and Jedi mind trick, and the Force push.
Oh yeah.
Early on Leia was
crowd.
Yeah, this like move like Jason does that. Jason Sola does that when he's on Coruscant and he's trying to get to a building and and he's already has like the Corellians on Coruscant already like segregated. And he's making his way through a building, and he's basically using the Force to gently push them aside as he walks through. So, yeah. Early on, Leia was based on the Bene Gesserit. I'm not sure. How do you say her last name? I know I barely recall Dune. It's been a while since I visited the Dune. Yeah, she was a witch, a swan, Sensana. Yeah. I'm barely remembering all of Dune's stuff. It's been a long time since I revisited Dune. I might have to go back and revisit it.
Are you looking forward to the movie?
You know what? I haven't put much thought into it, so let me go back and revisit that. What do you think, Stig, on that movie? What's your take on that?
I don't know because I haven't read the books.
Yeah.
But I watched the old movie. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But they did gender swap a couple of characters, I believe, in the new movie. For unknown reasons.
Okay. Yeah, because it's been a while since I revisited the movie and even a novel or two. So it's like I'm vaguely remembering, and I don't know. I have to watch the movie again to really make my assessment on like if I'm really going to be up for the returning Dune. Is it supposed to be a sequel?
No, it's supposed to be
a remake.
No, it's not a remake. It's based on the book, so it's an adaptation.
Okay.
Or adaptation, but
I see.
They're doing the first book, which is the one that would turn into a movie in the 80s, right? But they're going to do. If this is a success, they're going to continue doing the rest of them. Yeah. I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go into lightsabers. So what type of lightsaber and like would you prefer to be Sith or Jedi? And what would your custom lightsaber be if once you constructed your lightsaber? So Teresa, go ahead.
Oh, well, first of all, it would have a very, very pretty hilt. It would have a lot of pretty flowers, roses carved into it. I think it would be one of those little curved ones. Who had the curved one?
Dooku.
Yeah. And even though only Sith can have red, I will have a reddish color to mine because red's my favorite.
Leia did one of Leia's original sabers was red.
There we go.
Luke made her was red, and then Luke had a red Shoto.
Well, there we are. So it's canon. So therefore, yeah, that would be mine, and it wouldn't be really long. It would be kind of short, like the little girl in Game of Thrones, Needle. And yeah, it'd be deadly though. Absolutely deadly.
Okay. And so basically, would you be a Jedi or a Sith?
Oh, I would definitely be a Jedi. I'd be a little
I
goody
figured that much.
Jedi.
Yeah.
I'd be that librarian lady who sits and enforces all the rules and keeps those little Padawans in line, all those little younglings.
And yeah, they'll be all afraid of you. Oh God, there she comes.
Exactly.
All right, Stig, let's hear, since you've been kind of like off the wall today, I want to hear what you would do, like what your saber would look like when you constructed it. And would you be Sith or Jedi? Even though we see Kenobi right there, maybe that's the obvious one. I still want to hear.
Yeah, I just have a blue lightsaber and live in a house by myself. Some of those millennial twats gets on my lawn, I'll chop them in half.
He would force choke him and
behead them.
He a grumpy old Obi-Wan Kenobi, wouldn't he?
I'd put the heads on the fence posts to keep people away.
As a warning. Oh my gosh.
We have a very crazy Jedi. You sound like you're like one of those dark Jedis.
I was gonna say that's not very light side of the Force there.
No, not really. Stig.
I'd have a rocking chair though. Good for reading.
Oh, of course, reading's always important.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what is, if you guys can remember, what is your favorite Force creatures? There's few Force creatures. We have the Islamari, we have the Vornksters, and then we have the ones that were created by the Vong that were Vornkster and something else. And then there's also those Sith creation monsters. Do you guys, let me see if I can find them here, because I don't recall all the Sith monster creations.
Yeah. Well, I would like the Islamari, because then that way you would be able to disarm a Jedi. That's really the only way you can, right? Unless you're like really strong on the Force.
Yeah, because Luke has learned how to work through that. But of course it's Luke, right?
Yeah.
Of course it's Luke.
But everyone else sucks.
Yeah.
Does Force ghosts count? Because they're made of the Force.
As like your favorite Force creature?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would say they're a creature. I think that they're finally becoming one with the Force, and so that they're pure energy now and not physical. So I don't know. That's a good question.
They've shed the mortal coil.
Yep.
I don't have a favorite Force creature.
Okay.
Just I can't pick.
Yeah.
I seem to remember there was something in the KOTOR games though, but
yeah, in the Sith, the Sith, like some of the creatures that guard the
the tombs.
Korriban. Yep, even on Korriban, and I'm trying to find their names. I don't remember. Let me see if the chat can remember. Let's see here. It was where it's in this book here, and the Dathomirian witches are they're pretty.
Spartan Flash Sentry says the Voxen. Is that it?
The Voxen. There you go. That's the creatures that was created by the Vong. The Voxen. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the creation of monsters from the Sith. There's different ones here. Let me see here. I like even though they're not a creation like a Force type creature. I really like the Rancors as well.
Huh.
Oh, as a regular creature.
Yeah.
Oh, do we get to pick those too?
If you want to.
Yeah, I do.
You're like, yeah, I do.
Okay. What is it?
Do it.
The Wampa.
The Wampa?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
Snow monster is cool. It's like a Yeti, evil Yeti.
Of course.
Yeah, I like them.
Okay, expand a little bit more. So, what do you like about them?
Well, they were filmed in Norway, so they're Norwegian.
Okay.
Okay, what else?
No, that's more than enough.
That's like, oh, that's all I need. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Okay. You say so.
Well, hey, who's to judge what people, what people like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man.
I don't know. They don't have versions of cats, do they?
Oh yeah, they do in the arena. The Nexu.
The next Alana Solo has one as a pet. Oh. So one scratches her great grandmother's back, and then then she has one for a pet.
Yeah, but that thing is huge, though. You don't want to have a cat that big, because all cats would be that way if they could. You don't want to give cats that kind of power.
Yeah, but she does it good. She does it. She raises it from I guess from when it's a kitten, baby.
Yeah,
whatever.
if you want the cat to fear and respect you, you put it in a cage and poke it with sticks.
Oh no, you don't.
Wow.
No, you don't. We're seeing very dark side of Steve. Everybody, lady and gentlemen, this is Kenobi, the dark side Kenobi we're getting today.
Well, you wouldn't want to do that, because then that would make them just fight back.
No, just at first.
Oh, are you saying this from experience?
No.
Did someone put you in a cage and poked you around?
Well, if it was for years, then yeah.
Wow.
In the Book of Dawn, they had the flying rancors. I have not, or Dawn of the Jedi. Sorry, not the Book of Dawn. That's one I have not read. The Dawn of the Jedi. Have you read that one yet, Teresa?
The Dawn of the Jedi, is that one? That's one of the last ones, right?
No, it's basically in the timeline. It's like the beginning of the Jedi.
Oh, those ones. No. I've not read those ancient ones at all.
You like those ancient ones?
Well, you know what I mean. All the ones that are set back. Only with the book club did I start getting into those. The ones with the Sith ones, but okay, no, I've not done any of that.
This book was basically 25,793 BBY. So it's like the very first of the lore, even though it's written, all the books are not written, like in a certain time frame or whatever, but what they are put in a certain part of the timeline of Star Wars. So that's the very first, like, I guess you could say, account, of the Jedi and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see, the flying rancors. That's wow. They're a hunk of like meaty beast, basically.
Okay.
They have cats in the Clone Wars on the streets of Coruscant. You know what? When in the novel here in Assault at Salonia, and I did share a clip on Twitter. Basically, there's these creatures that and I forgot the name of them already. Shoot, but they evolved down in the underworld of Coruscant, and Luke does meet him and confront him as he's going down into the underworld to meet with Mon Mothma in that meeting that we just discussed a while ago. And he basically uses the Force. He doesn't take his lightsaber and kill him, but he uses the Force to create illusions for them so that they can get into the lift to go down to the meeting room and stuff. So it's very interesting. And those creatures were almost like a dog. So in the lore, yeah, like, and they have no eyes. They use like a radar telepathy kind of thing to sense, prey and stuff like that. Very interesting. So I don't know if you remember that one, Teresa, in the book.
No, I don't. But yeah, it's been a while. So I'll go find him. I'll find me a Star Wars kitty cat.
Yeah. Oh, gee, I think the Korriban dogs are called Tukata. I think so too, because I remember when Legacy of the Force, when they go to Korriban and it's Jaina and Vistara and Ben and a few of them that they encountered the Tukata, and Vistara is the one that kind of talks to them with the Sith language. So yeah.
Yeah, he's so Soul Assassin is spot on, and so are you.
Huh? Oh,
you and Soul Assassin are spot on.
Yeah,
You're correct.
there we go. My lightsaber would be saber. Like I hate when I have errors in my texting to typing. Would have a lavender blue core color. Wow. Where the white is the purple outside, normally blue part, maybe a hard flat cubicle style pommel with a cylinder like hilt, rigid grip. And you have that well thought out, chat or Cheed. Did I say that right? Cheed? Yeah. Let's see what Matt G says. Oh yeah, I will make you a mod, Mary. Let me see. I don't know if I could do it from here. Can I do it from here?
You should be able to.
No, it says I can only put her in timeout or block user, and I don't want to do that.
Oh.
Put her in timeout just for hell of it.
No, no.
Banish her to the pit of Carcoon, where she will be digested for 3 minutes or whatever.
I'd have to do that on my phone through the regular one, but my phone died on me. So.
Yeah. Hashtag Mary for the pit of Carcoon.
No. Poor Mary. No.
No. Toss her in there without a jetpack.
Without it, they fly now.
No.
They fly now. Stig is the best. She's all, do it. We should put a Leia slave outfit on her too.
Yeah, then toss her in.
Yes. Toss me in jail with no trial. With no trial. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up here pretty soon because I have to go do some birthday shopping and stuff like that and run errands here soon. All right, so who is your, other than Jedi and Sith, who are, like, what Force Society is your favorite? So we have the Barrando Sages, we have the Mercosa Order, we have the Kraith, the Yisana Prophets of the Dark Side, Zisun Shah. I think I said that right. I probably butchered it. And then the Janissari, the Koronai, the Anti-Monks, the Force Witches, the Matukai, and the Reborn, the Disciples of the Ragnos, the Shadow Academy, the Fallen Aussie. So which one, if you, from what you know, who is your favorite Force Society?
I'll let Teresa answer first.
I think she's thinking.
Ladies first.
Wow. Well, that's a tough one. So my favorite Force Society. The ones that aren't Jedi?
Yeah, so these societies are non-Jedi societies or non-Sith societies.
There would be the Witches of Dathomir. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, and now Stig.
Yeah, the same. Witches of Dathomir. In the old lore, though, not the pansies from the Clone Wars.
Not the pansies. You mean these ladies right here? These beautiful.
Yeah, those. They can like. Well,
yeah.
Well, hello there.
I was gonna say that was. We knew that was going. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take 5 of those, please.
and you'll get in a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll give them names as well. One will be called cleaning. The other one will be called cooking.
But do you know that these women will use you and you wouldn't be using them because they are a matriarch society, darling? You would be there.
That's not how Norway works. So no.
Oh. That's too bad. You're talking about these ladies coming from these this society. You would be used. You would only be used for reproduction and stuff.
I would not complain about that.
It's like, if you insist.
If I have to, I have to. I'll take one for the team and deal with 5 of them.
Wow. He's like, just use me.
Yeah.
Take one for the team.
But I have to mention the Mira Luca as well.
Mm-hmm.
They almost got wiped out though during the Old Republic, but
yeah,
they're beings that see through the Force. They have no eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
One of them was a Sith assassin, voiced by Kelly Hu. So that's another Asian in Star Wars.
There you go.
Well, there you are.
Way before Rose Tico.
Mm-hmm.
Paige Tico.
Yep.
Yeah, as they always say, they killed the wrong Tico.
They killed the wrong Tico. Yes.
They didn't kill enough Ticos.
Well, Paige Tico could have been badass. She was something amazing, and the actress who plays her is pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan Ors, she was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She should have had a movie, not damn Jyn Erso.
You know what? I mean, like I've always said this. I always knew that, once Disney decided, or bought Star Wars, the IP, the Star Wars franchise, we all knew that they have, because of their new owners, they have the right to do whatever they felt like it, even though we disagree with the direction it's going right now, and to recreate it in their own, vision and what they want to see. However, taking 40 years of lore that has been established to the movies, that, and then trying to reinvent Star Wars and doing it not being successful, it's such a huge failure on their part.
Remember when they got rid of the EU?
Oh,
they made a statement saying that the new canon, everything from here on out would be canon as long as it was story based, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said it would have perfect synergy between each other.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So that's false advertisement, because that sure as hell didn't happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
Everybody's liking Stig's comments about the
Being a slave of the Dathomiri's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. It's a symbiotic relationship. I go fishing for cod and stuff, and I sleep around the house, and they shag me.
But you also have to do what they tell you to do as well. So yeah.
Yeah, but they don't speak my language, so we're good.
That's like, okay, he's like, I'm going on the toxic male side. Might as well, because they're going to be toxic females to me, so I might as well be toxic male. Well, I don't want to be rude to the Night Sisters. Oh, that's just another faction of the Dathomirian witches. And so if you know the lore and stuff a little bit more, the Night Sisters use a little bit more to the dark side of Force abilities. And so.
Those 5 witches of Dathomir, though, they need me to get a citizenship and a green card. So I have the power.
They will use you, but then they, according to their culture and their lifestyle and stuff, you would be the one that still has to succumb to their needs and stuff.
Oh, they can shag all they want, but if they don't clean and cook, I'll get them kicked out of the country.
They will kill you. OG Star Wars favorite color lightsaber blade. Mine would have to be blue or probably purple. Okay, so mine would be either purple or green. So that would be mine. I don't have between those two, I haven't really focused on which one I'd really, really want or like. let's see here. I like when Maul was Iridonian, not a male witch of the Dathomir. Yeah. So do I.
I like Matthew because of that. He gets
You're
it.
like, cheers to that. Cheers to
man.
that, sir. Cheers to that.
Yep.
All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and start closing out on this. And I want to thank every single one of you guys that came into the chat to hang out with me in this morning's coffee chat, just to geek out in Star Wars, make everything lighthearted. Thank you, Stig, for your commentary and just making us laugh as well. Again, I didn't want to focus on any type of news today, just to keep everything lighthearted as well. And thank you, Teresa, for coming in and gracing us with your beautiful rose presents.
Thank you.
Yes.
She rose to the occasion.
She sure did. She sure did. And I had fun talking about the Force, a little bit about the novel here, Assault at Salonia, which is part 2 or book 2 of the Corellian Trilogy. I really think it's an interesting trilogy where we get to see, Mara Jade interact with Leia, and we get to see the Solo kids, and basically their significance with Center Point Station, including Anakin Solo. Yeah, so that kind of evolves. That part is something that pushes and evolves into Legacy of the Force. And there's a lot of that pushes or evolves into Legacy of the Force as well. So I thought it was, it's a very interesting take. If you like Thakin Solo for his crude I wouldn't say bad boy, because he's a rebel scum, basically. No, he's not a rebel scum. He's an Empire scum, I guess, so that wouldn't go well if I did that little thing for it. But yeah, it's a great read. It's an interesting read. We get to see a lot of characters that we see later on in the lore come to light. And so this is where some of them begin. What was kind of off-putting for me, well, not off-putting, but made me think, is how they made it sound like Mara and Leia hated each other. Did you notice that, Teresa?
Yeah, well, I do recall that the way that they did some things with Mara, I wasn't too crazy about.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was what we didn't have Thrawn right, or not Thrawn. Jeez, we didn't have Zahn right in her.
Yeah.
So sometimes if another author, writes a different character that's not necessarily theirs, that they invented or whatever, it's not going to feel exactly the same, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and I mean, Mara always has what I call the perpetual PMS, but Zahn was able to write her without her coming off witchy. You know what I mean?
Perpetual PMS. I love how you said that.
Yeah.
So basically, she's written as every female out there.
Oh,
God. So toxic.
I'll show you PMS.
Now it's the Toxic Femininity channel. Woohoo!
Okay. Hello there.
Hello there. I said nothing wrong.
Well, we could debate about that, darling. All right. So you guys, stay tuned. Next Tuesday, Laura will be finishing this Corellian Trilogy. And I'm going to put up a poll on my Twitter channel, on which book we should cover for the Old Republic. So
we
I'm
could
trying
do the Darth Bane trilogy.
I was thinking about that too. So that will be up there as well. And
I'm actually reading that trilogy now, so it would fit.
He's like, so do it.
Yeah, I've actually read book 1 recently, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I will have the toxicity is strong and Stig.
Oh no.
Still not as bad as how Luke was written in Black Fleet Crisis or Crystal Star. Yeah, there's mixed reviews on that, and I can't wait to get to that to hear you guys' point of view on that as well. So yeah. Let's see here. Stig, laugh out loud. You're amazing, Laura. Wonderful stream. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and end here. I am going to put up a voting poll for which books we should get into for the Old Republic. So we're going to go back in time now. So we're going to get out of, the New Republic or post Return of the Jedi era, out of the classical, past, or not even in the prequel, but go into the Old Republic and visit some of the lore there. So we're going to switch up gears a little bit and nerd out on the Old Republic stuff in the coming, after we're done with Corellian Trilogy. So I would like to have a couple.
It's going to be great. I mean, women and poles, that's always a good mix.
And here we go again. Oh Lord. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and had a little chuckle out of everything. And thank you again for coming in to Coffee Chat. And thank you to my wonderful guests on my panel. So Teresa, go ahead and tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at Miss Martin Muses, where I talk about books, movies, music, travel, history, cats, and even my Xbox One.
Nice. And Mr. Stig Kenobi.
I have a tiny YouTube channel that I created from peer pressure, really. I put up 3 videos on it today as well.
Oh, you're a busy man.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's like 2 more minutes of content.
Nice.
Other than that, I'm on, this channel now and again. I've been hanging out on Sporky News podcast channel a lot, talking about the Song of Ice and Fire books in great detail. And I'm on Christie's channel now and again too, with the the Walmart streams.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I'm just everywhere now.
Just everywhere.
He's like the Force.
I'm very random.
Yeah.
If someone asks me nicely to be on, I'll probably be on if I'm awake.
Okay. Awesome. I know I brought these 2 in just last minute. I wasn't sure if I was going to have any guests or even planned on it. And I was like, So, and it worked out great. Thank you guys for coming in. And again, I am OG Star Wars, your Legends girl, trying to make it in this discounted world. And you can find me here, live coffee chat every Thursday morning. Tuesdays, I do lore videos. I do random news or even random fun facts or lore videos as well. You can find me on Toxic Femininity every Monday, every once a month with Babe the Menace, as well as the Queen Council on Thursdays. This Thursday I won't be on again though. Sorry, I have to work. Or today. Yeah, today. Today's actually, you know what? I'm still not keeping track of days. Sometimes it sucks. But yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. May the Force be with you.